Yeah, good, thank you. Well, bit of training, bit of eating, getting ready for Easter. Yeah, it's pretty much a day in the life of me. I've got Ironman Texas. Yeah, feeling good for the race. A few days now before I fly out. About 5 days in Texas, well, in the woodlands in Texas. Feeling pretty good. Done some decent training over the whole winter, to be honest. I've had a really consistent block, so yeah, looking forward to testing myself over the distance. Draw a line in the sand, start the year, see where I'm at. There's no sort of pressure from kind of like a performance standpoint. I kind of race quite aggressively. As aggressive as you can be over an Ironman. Just go out there and see what's what. Even though there's no sort of pressure, I still have like little goals for swim, bike, run. Swim, Richard Vargas in the swim, so ideal situation is that I can outswim him. If I was able to swim with him, that's still like a good result for me. Definitely want to be out on the bike in the top sort of 2 or 3, and hopefully not hemorrhage any time to him if he goes full on the swim. Yeah, on the bike, kind of obviously have power goals we've been training towards, but you got Magnus Ditlev on the right on the on the bike, which I might only lose. Well, he might only lose like 3 minutes on the swim, 4 minutes on the swim, depending on how good his swimming is at the moment. You've got to believe at some point in the bike he's going to come past you, unless he's having an absolute shocker. I guess it's just wait for him to come, and then when he does come, assess how hard it is to try and sit on that 12-meter wheel. If I can ride with him, I will. Go maybe slightly above what I plan to push in terms of like my power kind of targets, but yeah, unless you try, you don't know, do you? So yeah, I've got to kind of wait for that situation to play out and see what happens. So legs actually felt pretty smashed the day after Salou. Duathlon format is completely different to like what I train for, but also what I'm used to, not coming from a big run background. Yeah, unsurprisingly, smashed for a couple of days. 48 hours after, I was able to sort of like really get back into training. By sort of the Wednesday, Thursday, especially in the pool, I was, back to hard work. I wanted to bank in a decent weekend that weekend after, because that was about 2 weeks out. A really good long ride on the turbo and also long run, so that kind of gave me some confidence, because I'm still obviously off the back of recovering from Salou and then kind of still trying to bank some more, if not necessarily fitness, but kind of like specificity towards Texas. So doing the best you can in the short space of time you have. So yeah, happy with that though. If you check out one of my previous videos, I think 2 videos ago, I did a bit of a video about my heat acclimation. So what I've been doing for 4 or 5 weeks now, since I came back from Lanzarote, is twice a week, every week, I've spent sort of 60 to 90 minutes in a heat chamber. That's really, really valuable, because just my tolerance to that sort of the heat, I even say it's just the perception. When I was in the heat chamber, the last couple of weeks, it hasn't felt uncomfortable anymore. Whereas like the first few weeks, it was like unbearable. You get in there and you just melted basically. Pretty simple. I've still got like key sessions, but like key like prep sessions. So I've got a short long run at the weekend, so it's like 12 miler. There's going to be a big specific part, I think it's like 6 miles worth of like Ironman marathon pace. But yeah, the next few days are just about taking over, getting the bike packed, getting everything sorted to fly Monday. Next week when I taper, I do like basically like little and often. I'll do one ride that's like 2.5 hours, maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday. But other than that, like everything I do is just like little and often. So 40-minute swims, like 30-minute jogs, and a couple of like 45 to 60-minute spins as well, just to keep the body going. And I swim, bike, run most of those days, get the body going, and then do all those admin bits and pieces in. As I said at the beginning, it's kind of like a line in the sand in terms of my performance. I've got outcome goals, which it's a big money race. It's not like a regional competition, but it's still like a good prize sort of purse, and therefore it pays sort of 10 deep. So the primary goal will be trying to make that, basically that, I'd say the pay podium almost. If things go really well, you kind of got aspirations to try and step up even further, but first big Ironman, hopefully it will go ahead, unlike California. So yeah, I'd like to make that sort of that top bubble. Yeah, and then anything more for your first one's a bit of a bonus. So quickly just jumping in to say that this video was filmed a couple of days ago, so Since the video was filmed, I've actually tested positive for COVID. Symptoms are a little bit flu-like, feeling a little bit run down, progressively got worse through this first day of testing positive, and unfortunately had to pull out of Ironman Texas, which is meant to be in 8 days time. So yeah, a bit devastated. We'll be trying to get fit and healthy, aiming to race hopefully a couple of the 70.3s in May, and then refocus and then hit an Ironman hard at Frankfurt in June. Hope you guys still enjoy the video. Hope the content still makes a bit of sense. Just really hope I get my chance to kind of show my fitness, get that full distance in the pro race under my belt.